Going on, everybody? It's PapaStones coming back with another video. You already know what time it is. It's Market Watch Wednesday. We're going to go over what we see, what's changing. If you want to buy and sell, we'll give some suggestions, but who knows? First things first, we still got boxes relatively cheap, which is nice to see. Um, I'm not sure if it's just because they actually printed more or if it's because there's not as much value in a sense in this set, but who knows? So if you're looking for boxes, now's the time to buy. But at the top of the list here, best selling, we still got Poe Dameron, 47. It's went down a little bit. I think it's just people not seeing a lot of red do too crazy well in the last couple weeks with all the 1Ks and 2Ks going on. There wasn't a whole lot of red, so that could be part of it. Same with Crate, they're both down a little bit, but who knows? We got Dark Saber also down a little bit. I still think Sabine's one of the heavy hitters. I just feel like there's ways to play it that people aren't looking into, or maybe it's just not being as represented now. But I think Darksaber should be a solid card. Ty's Silencer's still sitting pretty. This is kind of where it's been, so nothing too crazy there. Snoke down to 20-ish. I mean, it was always kind of close to this, but I'm still not a huge fan of this card, although I can see situations where it sees play, but there's not a lot of villainy floating around right now, which is kind of wild. Well, blue villainy, but who knows? Maybe that'll change. You know, there's those planetary qualifiers in a few months, 3 months realistically, at least for me, my area. I already signed up for one. Sorry, we're getting sidetracked here, but might go to a second one. Who knows? We'll see. Maul down to 10, sure. That is what it is. Vader, 57. Uh, I'm wondering if this is going to hit 50 at some point, but I'd hate to see it, to be honest. I think that card's so good. Just need to see more villainy, I guess. Boba's still chilling. It'll probably pass him someday. Luke's also sitting pretty where it's on the rise back up. DJ went up a little bit. Not too much, I don't think. Let me check. Yeah, they were like 13 a week ago. So they went up a couple bucks. People are seeing those Han decks with the Tech DJ combo. I actually side a couple of these in my Boba Yellow just for Super Laser Blast and actually smuggling for 7. So that kind of feels crazy, but the card's good. But who knows? I'm wondering now that that Han Yellow deck is more well known after all these events, if people kind of plan for this and it'll kind of fall off, or if it'll stay a top tier deck. But who knows? Kylo's still Kylo. Same with Mando. I don't see them seeing much play anytime soon. Records at 7. Good card, worth $7 at least. Whereas Ray, I feel like is not worth the 12 that they want, but maybe I'm tripping. Cunning and Vigilance, both sitting pretty, 37-ish. I'm surprised the lowest listing for Vigilance is the more expensive one now, but it's a good card. I can't blame it, but I should pick some up, but I never will because I don't like spending that much money if I don't have to. So who knows? We'll see. Moving on though, page 2 here. We got Dryden Boss at 10. Doesn't really surprise me. It's not seeing any play right now. Maybe in the future though, I think if capture becomes a better mechanic, this could see some play. But as of right now, capture just feels underwhelming. Like it feels like you have to play bounty and capture because you want to make it worthwhile. Because if you just capture something, it removes it temporarily off the board. But if your guy gets removed, then they just get their thing back, and you lost a bunch of tempo. So the concept as a whole just feels kind of underwhelming right now. Um, Falcons, I'm surprised these are this low after all the Han success. Yeah, they were 30 a week ago. I mean, I guess it's still 30, but I figured this would go up a little bit, to be honest. If you want to play that Han deck, I'd buy them while they're still 30s. But aggression being at 26 kind of surprises me as well. I feel like double red hasn't done a whole lot. I mean, there was a couple lists, but who knows? Triple dark raid, $4. Yeah, sure, whatever. Evacuates cheap Avenger. What is this? Is it 1757 or yeah, 2156 is the cheapest, but still that's pretty cheap comparatively speaking. Uh, People are abandoning ship on the blue control. However, I could be tripping. I think this is kind of a prediction, right? But if Boba Yellow and Han continue to dominate these events, blue control comes back strong because those decks get countered by control, like the flow chart, you know? Aggro loses to mid range loses to control, and control loses to aggro. That's how most games work in this style of, three different deck styles, right? So, could see the rise of blue villainy. If you're looking to play it, I would buy your Avengers while they're $20. Same with your laser blast because I don't think they go much lower than that. They might, but I don't think they do. K2's back up to 10. I feel like this was 8 for a while. Yeah, you got 940. Yeah, a couple weeks ago this was like 8. It's just a great card, honestly. Like I'm not surprised by that at all. Like because you don't have to play it in aggro because you can just use the discard effect. So I don't see why you wouldn't, right? But Fallen Lightsaber, this still baffles me. This is like Spark Rebellion from set one. Sure, maybe a $3, $4 card, 5 at most, but 9, 8, no chance. Uh, Tech went back up. This was like $1. I think this is because of the Han DJ combo or whatever. So I still think Tech's a good card, right? I'm wondering what the hyperspace of this is, to be honest. Bazine being $3, I don't know if it's always been this much. I guess it has. Huh. Okay. So I say I think that card's more side deck than main, but maybe I'm tripping. Moving on though, what else do we got? Second chance at 5 smackers. That feels bad, dude. Like it always feels bad when you get legendaries that are worth less. I mean, you got Finalizer and Final Showdown, Endless Legions. Like there's a bunch of legendaries in this set that are just stinkers. So yeah, who knows? I don't even know what to say. The fact that hyperspace tie silencer is only a couple more bucks, pick those up if you want them over the regulars for sure. Um, what else? Hyperspace tech. The cheapest listing was cheapest listing for hyperspace tech is 30. Do they have? I think it doesn't have foils on here. Dang. Oh well. I'm curious how much a hyper foil of that bad boy would go for. Uh, that's crazy, dude. Oh my goodness. 750 for this guy. 1600? You're crazy. Okay, that's absurd. The 750 is also absurd, but still, you ain't ever gonna catch me balling out for exclusives like that. Like I have a copy of every one of the cards that are in here, right? Like, do I really care that they look cooler for this much money? No. Moving on. That kind of sickens me. Traitorous back up on the rise. Huh. Not quite sure what this is about, to be honest. Although I think Traitorous is still a good card. Um, with all the upgrade removal floating around, though, I'm surprised to see it going back up. I wonder if people are assuming that they won't have it. Uwing is in the dumps. Okay. Okay, this guy's just. I've seen this dude with the dirt cheap prices. Like, I don't know. Dude with 2 sales, like, I don't know if you're trying to tank the market in a sense or what. Like, It shows 244, and if someone sees that, they're like, "Oh, it's $2.44," but you're asking $4 for shipping. So sorry to rant there, but that's weird. That's like the third time I've seen that person posting that for like dirt prices. So that's why I've been clicking on a bunch of stuff. Moving on though, I was about to say Ewing should not be that cheap. That card's crazy. Uh, Boba's armor, whatever, a buck. I'm not a fan. However, I think the card is solid. I'm just not a fan because I don't own Bobas, so maybe I'm biased, you know. But if they just slap a Boba's armor on something, I'm just not attacking anything, you know. Like I'm attacking around it every time. You keep your guy, or I'll, removal spell if it's not the leader one. Fire spray still at 5, sure. Um, $3 for a lightsaber. This thing's still expensive. I get it. It's a special from the starter, but $6 for a weekly play that's just a starter deck card is kind of out there. Overwhelming Barrage is on the 4th page for selling well. I wonder if people are starting to experiment. People might be into that green palp list that was floating around, or maybe the boss lists that are floating around right now. Who knows? But there's options. $4 for the regular one from the starter deck. Also, um, what else do we got? Lurking Tie Hyperspace for $8. It's just an uncommon too, so that's kind of crazy. I think this. I mean, it's obviously one of the best cards from these decks that are running it, so it makes sense. Hypers. Black ones are tanking. Man, I'm upset about that, to be honest. I thought this card would do well. I was really hoping it would, but it's just not right now. So, what can you do? Um, I still hold out hope. It's got its time in the limelight. It was $9, but you can buy them for fives right now. I'm not gonna say you have to pick them up, right? But eventually there'll be a red heroism deck that wants to go late, that needs cards, blah, blah. Like there'll be a time for this, I think, but it's apparently just not in the current meta. Or maybe it's not cracked yet. Who knows? Sparks for $3, sure. Cheapest they'll probably get, to be honest. What else do we got here? Anything of note? Ugh, hyperspace second chance for 8. Can you imagine you pull a hyperspace legendary and it's worth $8? Like that has to feel horrible. Or 11, I don't know, but cheap, realistically, like 11 is the cheapest you're gonna get. That's so crazy. Oh well, but who knows? That kind of blows my mind. Fire spray hyperspace looks like it's down a little bit. Yeah, 14 here, 17 for the rest of them though. But I was gonna say this was really high up for a while. Like 2 months ago, this was like $26. Now it's down to like 17. That's kind of nice to see. But what else do we got here? Anything good? Someone in the last video, if you're watching again, this one's for you. He said, pick up your Tarfals now. Dude's feeling the Wookiee support apparently. 50 cents. You can get you some. If you want to pay 88 cents for this guy, get a playset even. It's got restore too. When a Wookiee unit is dealt combat damage and defeated, this unit deals that much damage to an enemy ground unit. There's options. I don't know. I just feel like you're never gonna attack the Wookiees when he's outright. But then they could keep floating around. Who knows? Like maybe Wookiees get support and this card goes nuts. Shout out to that guy. Sorry, I don't remember your name off the top of my head. Um, Moving on though, we're probably about wrapped up here. We're kind of in the, in the dead pages. I wouldn't say dead, but the least like we're to the point where it's just stuff people need for decks that are pretty cheap. Like Long Pike if you want to play Kira. There's Long Pikes running around. Like Heroic Sacrifice. That's an OG. Wolf for Sabine. Sneak attack stuff like that. Hyper Overwhelming is still $9, sitting pretty. I want to say they've been around here for a while. Yeah, they've been chilling there for a long time. Looks sweet though. I won't lie. I have a Hyper Overwhelming Barrage, and I wish I had three because it's one of my favorites. Like it just makes the card look so good. I still pick up your governors if you don't have them. This card only gets better over time, right? The more same name stuff that comes out. Like imagine that double Han yellow list that's floating around. You play that, you call Falcon, you're hitting 5 cards. So I mean it's good. Moving on though. What else do we got? Anything of note here? Um, nothing too crazy. We'll go this last page here and call it a 10. Tarkin Hyper at probably realistically $11. I assume this is this dude. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Mm, nothing else too crazy if you ask me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, let me know what you guys think. If you guys want to let me know, I would much appreciate it. And thank you for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Until next time, peace.